Welcome back to Cracking the Seal here at Greater Manchester Rock Radio, and it is time for the New Artist Spotlight. This week, we're going north of the border to Canada, and I believe Toronto, correct, Sabrina?
Ottawa.
Ottawa.
I'm 5 hours away from Ottawa. So
5 hours away from Ottawa.
Toronto.
From
From Toronto.
Okay, so
I'm this is funny. Okay, I'm 5 hours away from Toronto. I'm in the middle.
okay. Sabrina, one of the things that I particularly loved about your music is you stretched all the way from ballads to all-out rockers. What have been some of the influences on the sound you present?
Green Day, Bon Jovi, Billy Idol.
Okay. Now, where do you
My
find do you get the ballads from? Because there's
The
some real
ballad, like Hurt for my ballad would
yes,
be
yes.
Bon Jovi. Think of Bon Jovi's "You Want to Make a Memory" kind of song,
Okay, all
and
right,
and
okay.
I thought of his softer tunes. Hurt is like a Bon Jovi
Kind of that vein
inspiration.
there,
Yeah,
eh? Okay. Now
yeah.
that one you spoke about it there earlier, "Hurt." That's a really deep song. It gets into some real emotional stuff. Is there a little bit of an autobiographical nature to that song?
It's a true story.
Uh,
It actually I wrote it a few months after it happened in my life that I had to walk away from a very close friend, and I couldn't write it right away because it was too fresh. I was hurting, but when I went to Nashville to co-write it, I'm like, I want to write it because I'm sure a lot of people in this world have gone through exactly what I went through, and it has gotten a couple of people. Like some people have come to me and said, "Yeah, I feel it too,"
no,
because it does
definitely.
hurt,
Yeah.
and it's not easy to walk away from a friend, but
Yeah.
sometimes you need to.
That's definitely true. Now, where do some of your other inspirations come from with the writing, and does the music come first, or do you start with the lyrics and come with those first?
Either can come, or sometimes it comes together. Uh, I don't really have a way of doing it. Whatever comes is the way I start. I normally write about what I go through and what others go through, life in general, and I also try to write things that people can relate to, and I also know that they're not alone in this world going through what they're going through.
Well, you certainly do that with a lot of your music. I want you to go ahead and tell us a little bit more about "Hurt," and maybe you can introduce the song for us before we get it on the air here.
Sure. So Hurt is the song I co-wrote with Bill DeLuigi. Good, I got his last name right in Nashville. And because it was a song close to my heart, he told me that I need to write it. So I wrote most of it, but he did the music to it, the guitar part. But I tell the truth in that song. So if you hear it, you'll know exactly how I'm feeling and that I have to walk away. I walked away from my friend because she wasn't supporting me in what I love to do. And if you're not going to support me and I support you and there's no balance, it's not going to work. And also our friendship was separating anyway. So it was going down the drain anyway. So I just walked away and I wrote a song about it, and Hurt seems to be attracting a lot of listeners. I guess because it's so real and I'm being so truthful, people are relating to it.
Well, that's definitely true. Here you go, folks. This is our new artist spotlight. Featured artist this week, Sabrina Fallah, and her tune "Hurt" on Greater Manchester Rock Radio.
Sitting on this floor tonight, above the broken boulevard, teardrops falling, midnight calling, holding tight to this guitar. Can't stop thinking about all the things you did to me, trying to find a melody that doesn't sound like misery. Hurt, hurt, it's only a feeling. Hurt, hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt. When I needed someone, you were never there. You had to star in your own show. You didn't care about what I wanted, but I'm finally letting go of the hurt, hurt, it's only a feeling. Hurt, hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt. Since the day I said goodbye, I'm better off without you. Sometimes the truth can hurt. Hurt, hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt.
This is the New Artist Spotlight on your home for a real rock station, Greater Manchester Rock Radio, and the New Artist Spotlight this week with Sabrina Fallah. That was her tune Hurt. From how old is that tune, Sabrina?
Hurt was released in 2016.
Yeah.
So 4 or 5.
4 or 5 years now. Yeah. So, yeah, because I noticed that you have certainly hustled to get noticed by your fans and by the label that you signed with. Is that the key to your success, or would you say that you still have a lot of work to do yet?
I have a lot of work to do yet. But after the label, I wanted to get on mainstream, which I finally got on. So, but the work doesn't stop there. You just keep going.
Definitely. Now, the COVID pandemic has damaged the entirety of the music industry. How are you personally dealing with it as a whole? And how are you and the Canadian industry coming out on the other side, for better or worse?
Oh my God. The worst thing about it is not being able to perform in front of people. I do the virtual concert, but it's not the same. I don't get the drive, I don't hear the people singing and screaming. It's getting the crowd's reaction that makes you want to sing more and perform more, because, I get driven by that. But it's also hard to write sometimes during the pandemic, because everything that comes to my mind is being stuck and not going out. And I don't want to write about the negative stuff, but I'm trying to focus on positive, but it's so hard during this time. But I have been writing some songs, and I do have songs written, but I don't know how people do it during the pandemic. It's all negative, and I don't like that.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, you indicated you have been doing some writing.
Yeah.
Is that something we can expect to see this year, maybe next? Is there some other new material that we might be able to hear from you real soon?
If I can get into the studio. The problem is we're getting back into the red zone again here in Ottawa, and we're not going to be in lockdown, but we're going to be like restricted. And I don't think until it's safer, I can even go go into a studio because everybody wants to be safe right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not stopping me from writing and from doing interviews and trying to do other things I can do, and doing some online performances if it comes up. But like I said, I'd rather be out there in front of the people.
Definitely. Now it's something that a lot of folks don't realize, is that not everybody has their own home studio to be able to sit and put these things together. That costs some funds on its own.
It's very expensive,
yeah.
And knowing how to do it is also what you need to do. And I took music in school and I did recording, but I even told my teacher, I am a singer. I am not the engineer. I'm not the producer. He even said to me, you're not the one sitting behind the computer. You are the one in the booth. So that's why if I had that knowledge, I could have done it. But I'm so used to going into a studio and getting somebody else to do it. But I do know about what I want in my music. So I can tell them, add this and add that and add this, take that out, and don't put autotune and don't put that in. But I can't be there mixing or mastering.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have that skill right now.
Now, the thing is that you've got some great material out there already. We cannot wait to hear some more new stuff. How would people go about getting a hold of your songs and your music? What are some of your social outlets?
For purchasing, they can go to Apple Music and iTunes. For streaming, they can go to Spotify. I'm on every social media outlet: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. It's all Sabrina Fallah.
Just look up Sabrina Fallah everywhere, huh?
Yeah, it's very easy. I put my name for everything, so it's not hard to find.
And it's very easy to remember.
Yeah, and SabrinaFallah.com is my website if you want to go there. And I have pictures, videos, updates, everything there as well.
And it's well worth the time to go check this artist out, Sabrina Fallah. Thank you very much, Sabrina, for coming in and joining us this week. We're going to now get into some more of your music. That's why we got you here. This is Kiss is a Killer here on Greater Manchester Rock Radio. Thanks a lot, Sabrina.
Thank you.
didn't take that long to get this strong. Hey, hey. I'm gearing up for something big time. I'm ready, gonna make the headlines. Can't hold me back, I made up my mind. I'm taking my battle to the front line. I'm gearing up for something big time. I'm ready, gonna make the headlines. Can't hold me back, I made up my mind. I'm taking my battle to the front line. No, you can't stop me. Get out of my way, watch me, here I come, a gangway. I'm gearing up for something big time. I'm ready, gonna make the headlines. Can't hold me back, I made up my mind. I'm taking my battle to the front line. Moving to the top, it's where I belong. You can't drag me down, I've waited too long. I'm gearing up for something big.